actually sort of just lost it there. So you can actually see the red on that one.
Yeah.
And before on the Lego cufflinks, I want Lego cufflinks.
Yeah.
I gotta get some. It's actually really good. So we're showing the 10-inch high res. We're just sampling. The one on the left is already, the 7-inch is already shipping in some tablets that you're never going to get to buy, but the tablets we're currently shipping into, because if you think about the lot of an army a paratrooper who has to jump out of a plane when he hits the ground, now what they have to do is turn on a piece of apparatus and figure out where the hell they are by looking at a map, and then I'll be happy to talk to you in a minute if you want. And then call in. So those are shipping into rugged military tablets with GPS, and look at it and say, I know, oops, I'm not where I'm supposed to be. This is not good.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. So, and real sunlight readability, total sound interfaces, low power consumption. So, whereas, as you know, and it's probably not been good for you either, only one tablet has been successful in the last year.
Well, ZTE did a release with it, right? But we don't really see it here.
No.
Like in the
so
West.
we have more customers in China than we do here, but we're seeing a lot of pickup in what one would call rugged kinds of applications.
Yeah.
And so, for example, you start by thinking about a military guy, and then you start thinking about the last time you saw some guy climbing a telephone pole to fix something.
Totally.
So we're actually seeing a lot of pickup and good business volumes now with rugged applications, and we will have one of our customers with one that's basically intended for things like park rangers and stuff this year. So we're getting good at that. That's where our volumes are at the moment, and as opposed to where we initially wanted to be, which was consumer, but we'll be in consumer stuff later this year.
Right.
Confident of that. Yeah.
So, with these new screens that you have, these are just being shown to like vendors or prospective people that might want to integrate this with what they're doing, right?
Yeah. And we brought a new manufacturer online as well. That's one of the things we've done. So that the panel on the right, our original panel, is made by Chimay Innolux, and the center panel on the one on the left, made by a different company, Chunghwa Picture Tubes, also in Taiwan. So we had to bring on a new fab, and we have already qualified a third and a fourth fab. So we're looking at different models, different sizes for next year.
Now, last time we had talked in Computex and CS, roughly like a few months later, you guys had some good news with 3M. Are these new screens like a product with the investment that they made in you guys? With the new fabs that you guys are starting up?
Certainly having 3M as an investor and partner is helpful.
Yeah.
And because particularly in economic bad times, big companies get very nervous about dealing with startups for high volume contracts, and having 3M visibly sitting at the table with us has been very, very helpful. There are development things that we're working on with them, and none of those we can talk about.
Yeah, of course.
I have to say that
what's the thing with dealing with companies like that? You can't announce or really say anything until they're ready, right?
Yep, but it's good. They're a company with a lot of overlaps with our business.
Have you guys ever considered making screens for phones or anything like that? Has there been any movement or demand or any is that something that you guys, is it too competitive of a market? Or?
No. So, good question, well thought. So we actually have two sizes really. We've got three screens. There's the 10-1, 1024 by 600. This is a 10, is it 10.1 or 10.1? It's actually slightly different aspect ratio.
Yeah.
12 by 8 and a 7/8. So we don't have anything else outside 7 to 10. But we have an enormous amount of interest in things that would be basically large smartphone size, around 4-inch.
Mm-hmm.
Some significant interest in 1-inch, which really shocked me, and interest in digital signage.
Yeah. That seems to be like a big emerging market right now.
It is. I mean, you think about the things that we're doing. in order to have a sign outside a fast food restaurant. Today, they have to crank the power up, and that's kind of crazy. And
Yeah.
one of the things that we enable is that you can actually have a digital sign in reasonable acreage, have it daylight visible, nighttime usable, and run it off a data cable.
Yeah, exactly.
And what that means in terms of permitting, because there's no AC, you don't have to have a guy who's used to handling high voltage and high current.
Right.
It's actually much easier. You don't have to get a permit. Just run out a data cable like power over Ethernet or power over USB.
Yeah, and updating the signs
Yep.
when you get a new client, so seamless.
And 3M actually is very big in digital signage too.
Nice.
And they actually don't just do like glue or something. They actually do software for it.
Yeah. I
So-
mean, I always thought that your screen technology, because it's the low power consumption, is that it would be great for phones, because that's the big thing. Most phones only
we're-
last 5-10 hours, right?
Yep.
So-
So we'll get there, and we've had some really strong interest. Expect in the next few months we'll have some volume contracts in that area.
Excellent.